What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Welcome to some more Forza Horizon 5. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this thing. This is the newest car that they've added into the game. Again, I mean, I know yesterday I've only just made a video on the newest car that they've added into the game, but they actually added two new cars this week. One of them being a lot more newer than the others. So this one obviously is still a new car that's in this game, but it's the Nissan Z Nismo, or Nissan Z Nismo. And I like it. I really do like it. I remember initially when they first added the Z in the game, and I was like, this is cool. It just feels a little underpowered. I feel like the progression from the last Z to this one isn't really that big. Whereas, you know, with like other car manufacturers, you know, they've jumped up in power by a lot, you know, from their previous generation cars to the next generation cars. And I feel like this one hasn't really done like a huge jump, but I think I've come around to seeing what people are seeing, and I actually really like this thing. I think it's such a cool little sports car, and it's genuinely it is one of the perfect cars if you want like a, well, apart from the price, because I'm pretty sure there's a massive markup on these, so I don't know about that, but if it was a decent price, this would actually be a very good little sports car to buy, in my opinion. Actually, it looks pretty decent. And it drives really well. Well, in the game at least, it drives really well. It seems really nicely balanced. So, I think in today's video, I'm gonna try to drift this thing. I think that's what's gonna happen for today's video. So, yeah, let's give that a shot. So, there's not really a whole lot of difference between this and the regular Nissan Z. Obviously, just a little bit of body kit changes by the looks of things. I don't know if there's anything really crazy going on with the power and the weight for this thing. I do have one that's already built, and I don't really want to go back to the stock. Maybe I'll just buy a stock one just to see. But it's pretty much what it looks like. It still has twin turbo V6 from the Z, just basically the exact same engine. As for the interior, I can't really see any crazy changes. Of course, on the exterior, you can see a lot of different changes with the body kit and everything like that. You can just see quite a few things. I don't know if the original wheel has Alcantara on it, but there you go. The seats are like half leather, half Alcantara, or half suede, or whatever. Leather on the dash. So it's a decent looking car. I like the cabin. I think it looks really good. I don't know what that shifter in the middle is. Looks a bit stupid, but apart from that, I think overall it is a good looking car. I like it. I really do. Alright, so I wanted to see what the stock power for the regular Nissan Z is, and it's 1,604 kilo. Well, that's not the stock power, but 400 horsepower is the stock power, and then 1,604 kilos. This thing's heavier. The Nismo Z is heavier. Why is it so much heavier? 420 horsepower, which obviously is an increase, but it also has an extra almost 80 kilos of weight. That is quite a lot heavier than the regular car. Surely the Nismo kit isn't around 80 kilos. That is pretty mad. We do have a wide body kit for it. We do have a Liberty Walk kit, which with the I actually don't mind it because it changes the exhaust a little bit. I don't know. I'll put it on anyway, just to make it look a little different. With the tires, the wheels and tires set up right now, it just looks like an off-road car with the kit on it. I'm gonna put it on though anyway because it's just funny. Can I go? Run the setup real quick. No, I can't. I was gonna say, is there any body kit presets that I can select, but there isn't. It's fine. No all-wheel drive setup. I'm not doing that. These are the engine options available for this thing. I'm kind of tempted to just keep the standard one in it and then just work off of this and then just build it like that. Liberty Walk wing is that, or we can have that or no wing at all. I actually kind of like the standard Z wing, so I'm gonna keep that on instead. As for tires, I'm gonna put snow tires on it because of course I am. If I'm gonna slide this thing. 255s in the front. We can probably go a little wider, maybe 265s, and then on the rear, you know, like 315s. I think with this thing we'll be able to push quite a bit of power, especially all going to the rear wheels. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting car to try and slide around. I mean, we already have the Nissan Z in this game, which is the Formula Drift version of this car, and that thing is an absolute monster in this game. It's like one of the best drift cars in this game. I mean, I'm not comparing this to the Formula Drift version of the car itself, but I am definitely going to try and make it seem as if it's at least close to it. However, yeah, it's just not going to be, because I'm not going to give it the most amount of power, because I'm pretty sure the Formula Drift car makes like almost 2,000 horsepower. It makes like 1,980 horsepower or something like that. And this is not going to have that much power, especially when I'm done with it. 1,346 kilos with the weight reduction. That's actually not too bad. Should I put a cage in it just for a laugh? Yeah, go on then. Let's put a cage in it. I know it adds weight, but oh, it actually looks really good with that cage. That's an actually good cage for this thing. It's not just a regular standard cage that's in every single car. It's actually modeled for this thing. I like that. That's really nice. Alright, cool. Well, let's just bring as much power as possible into this. Sounds good. It actually sounds very good. I know it's a recycled sound, but it does still sound quite good. What are we looking at for stats here? 794, 879 meters of torque, weighs 1,300 kilos. This could be alright, actually. This could be more than alright, especially for a rear-wheel drive drift car. This could be very, very good. Alright, well, now I just need to tune it, but I also need to go into the design of paints. I want to see what other colors are available for this thing, because we might have some interesting things going on with the colors. Japanese people, I was going to say Japanese car manufacturers usually have some interesting car colors, and I just don't know with this one. The white looks good. That's just not white though, is it? That is not white in that picture. That is white. This is kind of like a silvery white, and then obviously the red still looks good. I do like the silvery white though. I think it looks clean. Even with the same setup that it has now, it's like with the wheel color and everything. With the non-painted body color, or non-body painted, body color painted arches either as well, because it kind of matches the trim all the way around. Like the rear like kind of valance area, like lower valance, bumper valance area, and the same with the front with the like grill area with the intakes on the side. It actually looks pretty good. I like it. I do like it in that color. That is nice. Carbon bonnet. Should we do it? Is there a point? What's it look like? I don't know. I kind of like it because it goes together with the roof a little bit, right? That's pretty much what that looks like. Yeah, I do like it. Okay, don't go that close. Mirrors are fine. I don't want to change those. Boot lift spoiler, I'm going to keep that body color. I actually like the wheels in this color, so I'm not going to change those. Red brake calipers, I'm going to leave those as well the same. That's fine because it has little red stripes on the steering wheel and little red stripes on the mirrors as well, which make it look really good. Window tint, we can go like just slight tint. I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference for this thing. Alright, I want to drive it. I want to see if it's still able to pull serious angle like the Formula Drift car. Probably not. Let's just say that. Let's just say probably not. I am going to have to tune this car as well. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to pull that much angle. It doesn't look like it already. I mean, I know that the just the steering alone doesn't really factor in on how much angle that this thing can hold, because sometimes the steering can be deceiving in this game, where the wheels aren't fully 100 to 100, you know, matched up with what they're doing versus what they look like they're doing. It's okay so far. I mean, obviously I'm gonna end up tuning this thing, so I'm gonna change it quite a lot. I'm just kind of initial impressions, or initial look at how much steering angle I can hold with it. Okay, interesting. I'll be right back. I was gonna say I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna change the tune on this thing a little bit, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, let's see what this thing is like. I have changed the tune. I also didn't realize that this thing has a 9-speed gearbox. I did not realize that until now. Until I started messing with my gear ratios. So if you see me slide around like this in 5th gear, yeah, it's still got like 4 more to go. Put on the drift cam as well for people that are drift cam enjoyers. It is really good to drive already, I can tell. It does hold quite a lot of angle. I can hold the back end out pretty nicely. It's easy to recenter again. I have made it quite soft, as in like it's not very snappy. You can obviously tell, but I haven't made it too snappy as well. I just wanted to build this thing as like an enjoyable little drift car. You know what I mean? It's not. I didn't build it to be like competitive or anything like that. But I will go down with the points on my screen, so you guys can see how many points I can get. It's been a while since I've drifted on the mountain pass as well, especially for points. So it's probably not going to be going too well for me, but we'll see. I'll just go down anyway. It's actually so easy to slide, oh my god. So easy to manji with it. I initially started, like, okay, I have to stop doing that. Just in my brain, because I'm going for points, I have to obviously position myself in a very specific way for these drift zones, and actually go in at whatever specific speed that I need to go in. A specific angle for different places. And I already initiated that first, like, corner by going as wide as possible, hitting the flag and everything, which you don't really need to. Well, if you're just messing around and you're just having fun. So I'm gonna try and stop doing that. But it's just my brain immediately went to that. Trying to stretch a slide as much as possible, or trying to be as wide as possible on the track. To drift for the longest distance, you know? That is all that goes into sliding for points. But I don't really care about the points. The points will just be there up on the screen. Just for people that are interested to see how many points this thing can actually get, just by a little casual, like, drive down the mountain. It's actually so easy to slide, man. I tried to keep it at a very specific angle as well. Like, I tried to have it like so it's got a lot of angle, because I can go a little smaller with the angle. It's just gonna look a little uglier, isn't it? It's just not gonna look as cool going into a corner, or trying to extend a corner by not having a ton of angle. See, like, doing this is fine for this section here, but then if I go and for this one, look, I just straighten out and do this. Does that look good if I did that instead of having like a ton of angle and then just manage and initiate it and transition back again? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, boys? You know what I mean? It's a really easy car to slide. I mean, I can't really say anything else. It just is. There it is. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the spin. Very, very slowly, I kept pushing it more and more, just to see when my rear end can overtake the front end. There it was. Every time I do these builds, I always try to push this thing as much as I possibly can, in terms of, like, angle, just to see when it cracks. Basically, when it's gonna spin out on me. To be honest, though, I think I could have probably saved that spin out there instead of rewinding, by just kind of letting go of gas. I did accelerate a bit too hard when I did realize that my back end was going, so I kind of cheesed it a little bit. I kind of pushed it a bit too far myself. No, I'm back into, like, getting points mode. I need to stop doing that. I can connect some of these corners, but I'm not going to be, like, sweating it. Oh, did it again. That corner was always a weird one, because you tried to have as much speed as possible to connect those two little corners. But then on the way out, you have to, like, kind of just lose everything. Lose as much speed as possible, because the corner's a lot tighter than you think it is. So that was a very interesting one, especially with a car that you've driven for the first time. It's a very weird little scenario that you put yourself in. Most of the mountain pass is pretty easy though. And like I said, you can see how easy this thing is to slide and hold sideways. Transitioning is very fun with it. It's really, really easy. Yep, there he goes. Transition way too hard, and then I'm in 5th. I need to change this gearbox though. I think this gearbox just ruins it. There's way too many gears, way too close together. I don't like it. It's the one thing that I think I'll change on this there, and I probably will do that as soon as I finish this run. All right, I changed it. Yeah, I prefer this. It also is a little bit lighter as well now. Not by much, but just a tiny bit. Oh my god, this is actually so much better with this gearbox. Oh, I like this a lot more. Slower drifting with it as well is pretty fun. Clutch kicking is nice with it. It's really smooth. Yeah, this is the better gearbox. 100%. So for these really long corners, I'm still using 5th. But for the tighter ones, it's like 4th and 3rd. And then 3rd is just... Oh! It's just nice. It's much better with this gearbox. Alright, I'm going to leave it there for today's video though. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't know how to get this thing, there is a very specific championship, so you get it. It's right here. Right. It literally shows you exactly what the exclusive car is, and it's the Z Nismo. And you get it by completing this championship. That's it. That's literally all you have to do. B-class, any Nissan in B-class, and that's it. It's a road racing event, and you just do it, and you get the Z Nismo. It's a very, 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 very easy way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot less to do as well. If you complete that one first, and then you just do whatever you want afterwards, and you can get the Bentley as well, which is your 20 points. But this just counts as 5 points anyway. This is what I did. I just did this at the very, very beginning. So this was the very first thing that I did and I got. Except I thought the Bentley would have been a little bit more interesting than this car. In terms of looks, I think the Bentley kind of suffers in that department a little bit in terms of the quality of looks that they've done in this game. This thing, I feel like it looks like it has better quality, but then again, I can't even get into the back seats of this car. So overall, though, I think this car, since it's already been in the game, they already had the kind of a base or a platform on what they can work on. So I feel like the Nissan Z itself actually was pretty highly detailed when it came to this game. So they didn't really have to do much with this car. Anyway, like I said, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.